Bringing up the first speaker. The first speaker that we have on our list is Amari, representing the Universal African Peoples Organization. Amari, come on.
Thank you very much. I'm proud to be here in solidarity representing the Universal African Peoples Organization, founded in 1989 by Brother Zaki Baruti and others. Who is also, Zaki Baruti presently is in Washington, D.C. in front of the White House, conducting and participating and presenting in the same protest against these deadly and collateral damage. That's a joke. But these deadly drones that are used as a tool, basically, of international control. These drones are insensitive to the international law. These drones are disrespectful to the interests of these sovereign nations as they fly over territory space without international permission. They have cost the lives of men, women, and children that are not necessarily involved in military action. They have been a travesty of justice. They have been surveilling people in America as well as around the world. And in the spirit of Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, and all who stood up for justice, it is a shame and it's an outrage that we as American people are letting our tax dollars be spent on the subjugation and control of other peoples around the world.
That's right. Yeah.
So we're going to stand up. We're going to stand up today in solidarity. You see a diversity of concerned citizens who insist upon not tolerating America's disrespect for other nations, disrespect for human life. And we're going to stand up and we're going to make some noise and make sure that this government is aware that we don't appreciate it. We don't want our tax dollars spent on it. Our tax dollars can be spent in better places in terms of developing our schools and our communities. And we don't want to support this kind of madness. So in support of this group and all of the members who came out today, we want to express our appreciation for you. And we want to also express solidarity to all of those who are organizing and protesting around the country today. We're in total solidarity with you. Down with these drones. Put them away. Let's down with these drones. Down with these drones.
Down with the drones.
And up with building our communities. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. We want to acknowledge the fact that we have the All African People's Revolutionary Party out here, Veterans for Peace, St. Louis Instead of War Coalition, Workers International League, Peace Economy Project, Organization of Black Struggle, CAIR-St. Louis, Universal African People's Organization, Amnesty-St. Louis, Socialist Organizers, and Gateway Greens. Like I said earlier, we may not get to each and every one of those organizations to say something due to the time constraints, but we do want to recognize that it was the masses of the people who came together today to make this happen. So the next person we want to give a little shout out to come up is Veterans of Peace, and representing them will be Katie Shin.
All right.
And thank you also for coming today. I am a military veteran. Fortunately, I didn't have to serve in war, but I trained for war. And whenever I shot those weapons at the weapons range, I would console myself and say, I'll only shoot a real person if it's in self-defense. And then I finally left the Army because I realized it was moving from a defensive organization to an offensive organization, and in fact had been offensive most its whole history. So I just want to add today that drones, if there can be a fair weapon, drones are an unfair weapon. Children are killed, innocents are killed, and as we saw in the media this last week, they are not just killing those super bad guys that they can prove are about to bomb somebody. They're killing people that they think maybe might be a terrorist. And this has got to stop. And Veterans for Peace is squarely behind this effort. And we are doing everything we can to help pull together an end to the drones. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Great thing to hear what a veteran has to say about this, isn't it? The next person we want to bring up is someone who is with the All-African People's Revolutionary Party, but she is traveling from Washington, D.C. to be with us today. I want to bring up Njiba with the All-African People's Revolutionary Party and with the All-African Women's Revolutionary Union.
Thank you, comrade. Peace, brothers and sisters. How y'all doing? On behalf of the All-African People's Revolutionary Party, I bring greetings of solidarity. We are in solidarity with you all because we understand that drones are negatively impacting Africa and African people. We understand that as a Pan-African revolutionary organization, it is in our best interest to get drones out of Africa, to ensure that AFRICOM is not taking over lands of our people, to ensure that in Djibouti there's not a huge military base where drones are flying from, to ensure that our people, if of African descent, wherever you are not being oppressed and exploited by U.S. imperialism. We stand in solidarity because we understand that the total liberation and unification of Africa under scientific socialism will positively benefit everybody here today. We understand that you are being oppressed as we are being oppressed. You are being exploited as we are being exploited. And if we do not unite as humanists, people who are fighting against U.S. imperialism, we will be destroyed. We must unite, sisters and brothers. We must unite against U.S. imperialism. We must unite against U.S. militarization. We must unite against AFRICOM. We must unite against drones. We must unite in order for our children and our children's children to be free. Forward to one unified socialist Africa.
Got the message right? We want to bring up some youth, and let me say something about the youth right quick. In the crowd, we have an eclectic group of people, but we know that the future generation is going to lead all this forward. So, in honor of the youth, I want to bring up one of the youth that is new to this whole movement that we got going on. This is a guy named Jonathan, and he's with Moore. I'll let him introduce himself. Excuse me. It was the youth actually that were out here doing a lot of groundwork and recruitment, so I definitely want to give it up to them. My brother in the back and my other brother, I'm not very familiar with them, but they were out there on the ground recruiting for this. Give it up for them.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. I would like to say there's been a crazy revolution going on in the city of St. Louis for the last 3 years. The work that's being done with a lot of these organizations is very helpful. We're putting a lot of people, in positions for empowerment. We're educating a lot of the folks. And people are really coming out and being a part of this movement of changing the state. When it comes to drones, attacks, is equal to what's going on in the military. This cost, this money, this waste of time, these lives is just something that's so epic and detrimental to the world. People who live in America, we're living in the whole force of our own selves, where the normal lives are going through a recession, a depression, we're getting taxed. And we're getting taxed for things like this. We hear where, drones are going around and they're looking for Al-Qaeda. But these places are stationed in lots of places. They're in Africa and they're in Egypt. And people are getting rowdy, because we're taking over their land. Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, and we're over there and we're being destructive. And money is being wasted. The military is wasting so much time. And the way that we're being seen right now around the world is almost a mockery. Like, we sit there and we abuse people, we upset other countries, and we waste our money while at home we're living in a deep recession. Where when you look around, all you can work is at a fast food joint where they're going to pay you the minimum wage. The standard is the $7.35, which is a standard. It's not even minimum anymore. And your tax taxpayer money goes off to this.
Yes.
To get a plane,
Yeah, a bird of prey.
Right.
a bird of prey, a killing machine.
That equals 125 schools teachers' salaries.
Right, and you know we have sequester going on right now. They're cutting teachers. These cuts are happening for real. Retail, education.
Education.
We've got department, but the military's going stronger when we should all bring it back.
Right.
I'm sorry, I came to Memphis 2 weeks ago, and we have movements coming up, you know, from the KKK. They're coming back in light
my God.
because 2014 they're looking for a recruit. This is happening really in America, and going on in other countries, people are really being killed. And there's drones flying around everywhere, and they're useless. They're useless money. And I'd like to thank for everybody to come out. I'm glad to really be here, and we can put our voice in. Because this affects us all. Those who are trying to grow up in a society where we don't have to struggle to get our taxpayer money just taken away, where the whole American dream is defeated, where we've become a mockery. Like, we don't get to have that American dream where we're the best. Haruru, you know, we go out there and we do it. And people love us. You know, years go by, and we're stuck at BS jobs for whiles because we can't get anywhere else. We'll get education, doesn't feel anything. They want you to go to the military to survive, but then you have to do things that destroy you. And then when you come back to your country, it's a whole different world. So all the veterans, something very important, very special. And this is to the veterans for 2014. You know, it's all love, and we need to work here at home before we do too much chaos aboard.
Right on. Yeah. Yeah.
Next, we would like to bring up a representative from Amnesty International. Kevin, could you please come up?
Yeah. All right.
Thank you very much. My name is Kevin Olson. I'm here on behalf of Amnesty International USA. And I'm here on behalf of that organization to stand in solidarity with these people and the rest of these organizations here today, and to speak on behalf of the people. And what the people want is the people demand transparency. The people demand public hearings. The people demand to know what is the justification for these drones and for them being sent overseas to kill people. What is the justification for that? We want to have public hearings. We want to have experts in international human rights law. We want to have victims, people who have been victimized by these drones, these drones that were sent to kill so-called terrorists. We want to know why our government is using our tax money to do these things in our name. And we want to have the power, we have the power to decide once we hear the truth. Do we want to be behind this? Do we want this done in our name?
Nope.
No, we don't. So I want to encourage the people here and the people everywhere, use your power. Use your power, speak your mind, let people know that this is wrong and we are against it. Thank you very much.
Next in this coalition effort, we have a representative from Gateway Greens. Would you please come up? That's fine.
Greetings from St. Louis Gateway Greens. I'm not a speaker. We stand in solidarity. And what more can I say?
Well, this is about solidarity. She said the key words. She stands in solidarity. You don't need to say any more for that. So, next representative, we have one more speaker to come up before we take off and march to the federal building. We would like to have a representative from the Concerned Haitian community to come up. Harold Capper.
Okay, greetings. Sometimes there is some lonely voice from the Haitian community. Thank you. To remind us the mission of the Republic of Haiti. And I am going to speak on behalf of my Haitian brothers and sisters and all the people of the world. The mission of Haiti, of the Republic of Haiti, was to have freedom prevail in the world. Liberty to everybody who was under slavery. However, right now, Haiti finds itself under a slave also again, okay, to other nation in a sense. Okay, Haitians have lost the goal, their missions. They even forgot about it. Okay. And even though we are here to protest against the use of the drone, but this is a larger movement. Well, okay, because when you look at when the American took Baghdad in Iraq, they didn't use the drone to take Iraq. However, they managed to kill 17,000 civilians. This is a number who has not been put ever in the American media. But if you read other foreign papers, you will find those numbers. I'm not, when I say 17,000 civilians, I'm not talking about the army, people in the army. I'm talking about what we say that's collateral damage. And I can foresee that they're going to use that drone to take president of other countries that they do not like. All they will have to do is to disguise them as terrorists, have the media on their side. Every time they will use the name of that president, they will put the adjective terrorist behind it, so that they can intoxicate your mind and think he's a really terrorist they need to take out. Okay, so once I came from a country where a president is elected and the US didn't like him, not only did two coup d'etat against him, but sent his own soldiers to take him. I can imagine a time when this actual president is not here, and the Congress allows some fools who look like Bush or Dick Cheney. Okay, those people will not hesitate to use that drone to that end. So that's the reason why it's dangerous, that question of the drone. We better stop it now. Okay, because later on it's going to be a calamity. And don't think it's only going to be foreign people they're going to use it on you. Don't remember Philadelphia? Oh, they bomb. Yes, exactly. They're going to use it on groups that they dislike.
That's right.
Okay. And nobody will account for that. So, I send my congratulations to everybody that here, the people who organize these activities, and this should not be the first one. There should be a continuous struggle, because the danger, okay, is too high.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We are about to start our march, but before we do that, we have some announcements that we need to make.
I just wanted to announce that I've got some DVDs. They're free. If you haven't got one, Lifting the Veil, it's excellent. And I've got a compilation on drones and Iran, all in one DVD. So if you guys are interested, I brought a bunch of copies.
Good job. Thank you, Dave. Good job.
Just a quick correction. It was announced the Workers' International League was here, and I believe they meant to say Women's International League for Peace and Freedom. Okay. Thank you.
Are there any other announcements that anyone would like to make before we begin the march? Okay. Tim?
Can I make one?
Yeah.
The Peace Economy Project will make its annual trip to DC to talk to you, the congressional representatives, and we ask that you sign on to our statement for reducing military spending and caring for human needs. Thank you.
Okay, we're going to line up on this sidewalk here. We're going to march to Market Street where the light is, and then go all the way down Market to Spruce, to the IRS office, where our taxes are being used for destruction.